back to Clockwise Thoughts. This eager person beside me is Black.
What's going on, yo? Yeah, we a little eager because it's some stuff that got to be talked about, or at least this situation got to be talked about.
Yes.
Oh God, this was bad.
And of course, I am Scout. First, we gonna like to say this. Right now,
we about to look at some things on a macro level, so people bear with us.
Yes.
But this one right here, I'm sorry. Like at the end of the day, I'm not trying to throw the race card into the hat so early. But let's just be real. As Black men, this needs to be addressed.
I'm gonna change that a little bit. It's all parents, not just me. If you single, raising the child, whatever it may be, this type of behavior from the younger generations, and I'm talking about teenagers who are teenagers now. I'm going to say this. Everything is not handed to you. You must put in the hard work in the classroom first to get what the heck you want. I'm going to say it again. You must work hard in the classroom first to get what you want.
This is true.
And the reason why me and Black are so irate right now, since early this morning, basically it somewhat broke a little bit last night, but since early this morning, all over Sports Center, news channels, and it is totally went all the way viral. It's a young man disrespecting Cam Newton at Cam Newton's own camp.
Now, just wait. Take a pause there. Just stop there. And like I said, we gonna roll down. We gonna go down the line on this. But let's just start there. You are going to an unproven, undeveloped talent. All right, we're gonna say that talent. You gonna trash talk the sponsor of the camp you're at. Let's just start with the disrespect, the ungratefulness right there. Okay, you gonna disrespect the person whose camp you are at. Continue, Scout.
Now, of course, Cam Newton's making his way around through the camp. He is walking on the sidelines. It was a group of young men that Cam walked by, and they started to yell and heckle at Cam, saying that he was washed up and he was broke. Then just one young man out of the crowd said, well, you're a free agent. You ain't doing nothing. Now, I'm going to stop you right there. Human nature showed in the clip of Cam Newton because Cam responded to the young man with but I'm still rich though. I'm honestly still rich. Then it dialed back to Cam was like, hold on, I'm talking to a kid. Where's your father at? Now, this is the thing what gets all of us at Clockwise Thoughts. Even though Cam Newton meant no harm, he said, well, honestly, where's your father at? I'd like to talk to your father or somebody, an adult figure. For that same child to look at Cam Newton and say, you're ass, and you're a free agent. Now, I don't know if this is an older video because Cam Newton's no longer a free agent. He's part of the Patriots. But for a young man to say to an adult, hey, but you're ass, and you're going to be broke anyway. I don't condone. And I'm going to be on my Stephen A. You disrespected yourself, your family, and the organization that you was there for. Yes, you did And I'm not going to say the young man's name because he's a kid. But you disrespected all three of those. But I'm sorry. Where was the home training? And then not only that, your friends urge and irked you on. This is why we say young people today want things handed to them all to give them time, and they don't want to get in the work, and they believe majority of the time, oh no, I deserve that, and I'm gonna throw a fit or show this type of behavior until they get whatever they want. Now, did Newton have the right to kick this young man out of his camp? Yeah, he did. Dez Bryant sure did tweet it. He said, I'd have kicked him and his team. Bye.
Well, that's a lesson that kind of needs. That's a lesson that kind of needs to be shown. Like, you know, like you said, you disrespected yourself, your family, and the organization that you play for. So, with that being said, yeah, if the whole organization has to come down on you because of your lapse in judgment, unfortunately, that's a woodshed moment. That watershed moment, excuse me, that needs to happen. Because look, at the end of the day, take the optics out of it. Look at it for what it literally says. You as a kid that ain't even old enough to buy a beer, much less a pack of cigarettes. Mind you, I think they're both at the same age now. It used to be 18 and 21, but you ain't even old enough to do that. You going to tell a professional athlete, and I say professional athlete because he's currently getting paid to do what he does. You going to tell him he trash, like he can't crush you with his wallet. Like that, like it's part of that I don't really, to me, that's where the disrespect comes from. It's like, no matter what you can think, kid, no matter what would run through your mind, no matter how you feel about Cam, obviously somebody who has a little bit more understanding of the situation than you deems that what you're saying is not true, because why else would they have paid him as much as they have?
That's true. Only thing I disagree with, yeah, true enough, Cam could crush him financially. That's true. But my thing was this. When Cam went back and composed himself, he got in the huddle of young men. And he asked the young man that was giving him the most problems, he said, evidently you wanted some attention from me, so I'm giving you some attention. So he asked the team, but in the right way. Then he asked him, what was your team's record today? The kid evidently didn't know at first because he said 1-2 when that record was really 2-1. But here was the extra disrespect that I still have a problem with. When Mr. Newton asked you, okay, that's fine, what did you do?
You don't have an answer for him.
You had no answer, but you still disrespected this man and said, well, you watch it on YouTube. We know you watch freaking YouTube. And then you're going to say...
So what you're saying is you can't speak for yourself.
Right. And then you're going to shout out your area code? 215. That's in Philadelphia. That's in Philly. Now, wait a minute.
I get the chip on their shoulder because, a lot of people say that's one of the Philly things is the chip on your shoulder. So I get that to a degree. But again, you and this guy are in two different planes of existence.
Two different leagues. It's not even that they're two different leagues. This is my problem, and I've said this on and off camera regardless. Kids today, majority of them think they're entitled. I'm not going to say all. I'm going to say majority of them think they're entitled. They think if they're taller than you as an adult or if they're bigger than you, they can talk to you any type of way.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I'm going to say this. Whatever consequences or repercussions that comes with this, that young man brought him on himself. But I employ this. You need to sit back because everybody know your name now. You need to sit back, look yourself in the mirror, own up to what you did because that apology that was piss poor. Own up to what you did. Make a stern, formal apology. And then from here on out, don't act that way. Change your ways and your habits. Because if that's your friends is hyping you up to act like that,
They're not really your friend.
You got a doggone right.
Because at the end of the day, how dumb do you look arguing with the guy who gets paid millions of dollars to do what you were trying to do?
The way how I see it, the kid basically said Cam is washed up. I'm gonna break this down for y'all people who don't know these stats. Cam Newton has been in the NFL going on 11 years. Besides this season, before that man has only mixed 6 whole games. Has played basically 182 games and has only missed 6 in a 7-year career.
That's an Iron Man.
I'll even go a little bit further.
Dependable.
I'll even go a little bit further. When you win national championships all 3 years you're in college,
can't nobody look at you sideways.
I mean,
they can't.
You won it with Florida your freshman year. Then you went down to JUCO. You won it there your sophomore year. Your junior year, you was in Auburn. And wait, hold on.
You won it there too.
You won it there, and then you became the number 1 pick of the Carolina Panthers.
You took them as far as you could go under Ron Rivera. We don't disagree.
Yes, and you also went to a
Super
Bowl. You went to a Super Bowl, and you was the league's MVP. I'm gonna say this for that young man: you probably don't need to talk trash to that man.
No.
What you should have did was try to sit down and have a conversation with him to figure out how did he do, or what you do the way how he did it, or a little bit different to adapt to your own to get the accomplishments what he has done.
Well, but see that's the thing. Even still, so you're at the camp that he's sponsoring. You know, you being at the camp that he sponsored is your way of trying to be seen by the people so you can be to where he is. At the end of the day, if Cam would have looked at the kid and be like, look, I may be washed up, I may be ass, but I'm still rich because of it. You know, I get that a lot of people would have an issue with that because it's a kid that he's arguing with to a degree. But it's like, no, it's the truth. And that kind of hard-hitting truth is kind of what a kid that far out of his place, because he done really passed his place, that's what he needs, because he needs to be put back in with the quickness. And you could see when Cam was trying to talk to him about, you know, like legitimately asking him, hey man, what did you do? You know what I mean? I didn't get a chance to see the games, so I don't really know what happened. Like, let me know. And it's at that point when it's like, well, if there was something worth broadcasting, if you were doing something that was worth, you know what I'm saying, some sort of a gotcha moment. You know, I put up 300 yards, I scored 3 touchdowns. Then you would let me know that, especially with you telling me that I'm trash and I'm washed and everything. If you were doing something substantial, you would let me know. So it's partially how it was, how the kid came across. But then at the same time, it's like, how do you come off at me like that when you're not really doing anything, period? I mean, not really doing anything, period. Because it didn't seem like there was anything that he wanted to let anybody know about. I could be wrong. The kid could have went out there and he could have 500 yards. I'm just saying, you would think if you trying to trash talk down talk a guy and he asks you for your resume, you would think your resume has something decent on it. You know what I
mean? Right.
But
well,
Like I said, man,
it's
that's
like how
crazy, bro. That little kid was disrespectful as all get out.
it it boils down to it starts at home. I
Mm-hmm.
know parents, we want to see the best for our kids, and we want to be there to make sure they have everything to see some type of light with them. But this type of behavior, it should not be a reward for him showing his
No,
behind.
hell no, hell no.
And
That's what I'm saying.
a lot of
If you
parents
got
need
to
to
kick
figure that
them
out. It
out,
should
if you
not
got to
be a
kick his
reward.
whole team out, do so.
Right. It does not need to be a reward for this type of behavior. And hopefully, I hope and pray that this young man can recover from this. But right now, you have put your whole entire generation as a disadvantage, because most people gonna think that type of behavior is normal when y'all are, you know, trying to everyone trying to shoot their shot, as they say. Oh well, if I
That's
can
what they
talk down
doing.
to, if I can talk down to a celebrity or a professional, and no one says nothing to me, I'll get my clout off of that. No, that's no.
But at the end
And,
of the
and
day,
I,
how much can you really talk to? What can you really say to him? I mean, he can throw for more yards than you in your sleep. Probably is a beast on the outside too. Just running a 9 route, just burning people and catching over them. So, you know what I mean? It's like, what could this kid really have said to Cam? Like, honestly, what could he have said? Because I'm not coming up with much of anything. You know what I mean? He
but
just came off kind of like
general,
the typical ignorant fan that just wanted to heckle the athlete. You know what I mean?
right? But even with that, like, no, that's not. And I honestly pray for this young man to where he can change this around. But in other news, people in Texas still waking up to having to boil water. Like,
I don't know what the hell is going on in Texas. Like, I'm gonna just be real. I don't know what's going on in there. They tell me the state rep went to Cancun when X, Y, and Z was about to happen. It's just like, I have no idea. I don't.
I'm gonna say this: as early as 8 o'clock this morning, 8.8 million people were still under the boil water advisory and notices statewide. And that's coming off of record temperatures. Now, the other issue that's going down through Texas, we all know about the electric companies down there. And you can pick from one or two. I am so sorry when I read and heard that there's a customer down there in Texas who has a $17,000 a month electric bill.
Why?
Good question. Now, I know this man is also a property owner and everything else, but come on, $17,000. I can't use that much electric in the next
bro.
five, maybe 5, close to 10 years. I can't use 17 grand worth.
Well, I'd be unplugging everything in the house. Everything would have to go.
And they saying this man has to pay this, and he's like, these are properties that I own, and during this was, and for them not to have power for so long and just recently had the power come back and the influx, they saying this man has to pay this. Yeah. Yes. And I'm like, I'm telling you, people in authority in Texas right now, y'all need some
If they're not in Cancun, they trying to front like they trying to do something for the situation. Yeah, I'm still tripping how the state rep goes to Mexico when he supports closing borders.
Yes, but that ain't the thing that's getting me. The thing that got me was the El Paso mayor. Just said, The tough will survive and the weak shall perish. Then when your wife gets fired from her job and you hit on hard times, you want to resign?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Does that not speak to?
I'm saying, didn't you say
every single day? You can't keep the same crappy job every single day. You know what I mean? You got to be able to come off the stopgap.
But I'm saying, didn't you say the strong will survive and the weak shall perish? So when you hit on hard times, you want to resign and then ask for the people to help you and yours?
Yes.
Yes. No. Come on now, Black. We all know what that is. You wrote a check that your behind can't cash.
So that's why you taking it to the check cashing store and hoping that Poppy behind the counter could just pass it. Yes.
Who's gonna pass that? El Paso has never seen snow. Majority of the state of Texas has never, at least not in my lifetime, and I'm about to be 42, has ever seen snow. Ever. They don't got salt trucks. Right. They ain't got salt trucks and whatever else. They got this hijacked electrical issues, the water, they got boil advisories. I'm telling you, the state of Texas right now is making the run against Flint, Michigan. No pun intended, and no disrespect to people who live in Flint.
Stuff like that, because you ain't trying to. I'm sorry, it's not a lot of things you're trying to be compared to Flint about. Just saying.
I'm just saying, no disrespect or whatever else. This is this type of crisis, and the people is steadily. And Flint been asking help for years, and they still ain't doing right. So, but now you got the whole state. Come on.
Nah, man.
This is 8.8 million people. The biggest state in the whole United States. And come on.
Well, I think maybe continentally, because I think Alaska is still bigger.
But still.
I get it. Which is why I don't understand. Like I said, I don't understand it either. You know what I mean? It's a freak anomaly of nature. We get that. You know what I mean? It's, our hearts go out to those people who are, going through something that they never were expecting to deal with. But at the same time, that's where your government's supposed to step in and be like, look, we got you. I say that because the last major hurricane that came through South Florida was a couple of years ago. This was before the change in guard. So this was when Rick Scott was still our governor, not our senator. But our senator at the time, even he said it. He's like, look, he had press conferences in the Tri-County area and things of that nature down here on the South End. And he's like, look, I went to Washington to go get approved for money. We're going to need money when this is over and done with, because a lot of stuff is going to be closed and we need to fix things now. And he said this at the press conference, which I didn't realize, but I get it. He's like, look, I could have stayed in Washington during this hurricane. I could have just brought my wife to Washington and we would have stayed in our quarters up that way and then come back down here. He goes, but I was here when Andrew blew through and destroyed Homestead. That's actually the reason why the Everglades got snakes in it right now. But, you know what I mean? He's like, nah, I'm going to ride this out with you guys. I was born in this state. I'm going to be here when this state goes under. And until the ship goes down, I'm going to be right here. So that's kind of the camaraderie that you want, because these people who take these elected offices, usually you're expecting them to be, to a degree, part of the community. You know what I mean? You're expecting them to have grown up, come up around this area somehow. And the fact that, you know what I mean, Ted Cruz just decided to dip out on, I'm not saying his responsibility. I'm not saying he didn't do what was necessary to prepare Texas. I'm just saying to not go through it with the Texans, with your constituents. That, to me, that should say something. I don't know if it does, but just to me, that gets the really aggressive side eye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and man, I'm telling you, they need some straight up act right. This is sad. But like how Black said, our hearts and prayers do go out to everyone in the state of Texas.
Damn
Please
right.
stay warm. Please stay warm and safe.
I got a few relatives out that way. Damn right.
Oh yeah. I got a lot of friends and family through there as well. So please stay warm and safe. And hopefully everyone make it through the other side. Now the other breaking news.
Which is?
Me personally, I will say
the ROI.
This man is steadily breaking new grounds because I'm looking at it. The only other person who I know right now of date that's just making moves like this is Dwayne Rock Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
But for the music industry world, I know Jay-Z didn't write the blueprint to all of this.
But he followed. But the
man, following it. This man is showing new aspects of it. His champagne, Aces to Spades, is now well overly will be getting ready to be globally produced in avenues. He linked up with the French concierge man, which company bases LVMH, has 50% stake in the line of Aces and Spades now.
Wow.
The number 50%? On the deal, yes, 50% in the line. Now this is the surprising number. All of this is orchestrated by the third child out of 5 from Bernard, and I know I'm gonna mess up his last name, Asote or something like that. This young man alone last year, even during a pandemic, secured a deal worth $15.8 billion. Yes, billion with a B. Jesus. Deal. So this right here, we thought Jay-Z was making money before. It's no longer people going to say Cristal going to be on the shelf. It's Aces and Spades. From their gold bottles to their rosette bottle or whatever else. And with this new deal that's being brokered, even though the numbers still has not been released, okay, if the
liquor is where you go, but you can make a killing off of liquor because think about how many places it has to be supplied to. Now it's top shelf, so
but my thing is this:
VIP
right,
area,
and that's what I'm thinking.
Bar,
what I'm thinking is
is going to try and offer that.
Right. So what I'm thinking is this: okay, if this young man secured a $15.8 billion deal last year, this deal alone, because right now of the Aces and Spades brand, there's 4 different type of bottles that range anywhere from $400 on up.
So $400 for a bottle of liquid?
A bottle of champagne, yes, sir. I'm just saying.
Okay, again, like you gotta understand, champagne don't do nothing for me. I'm the same person that thinks a mimosa is a waste of good orange juice. That's just me personally. I'm so serious. Like I be looking at people like, why do y'all want to mess up OJ? Like, just leave it alone. But no, I'm not paying that for no bottle of champagne. But I can understand that's, like I said, that's a hustle you want to get on because champagne, it's going to be used at very
room meetings, major deals,
situations,
championships. Hold on, wait a minute. Tampa just you from your state. Tampa just won one. Yeah, I think they was popping.
But that's they have them on
ice. Oh my goodness! All these major big deals, and boy, if the deal from last year was $15.8 billion, you can imagine the numbers on this. Oh wow!
Oh, especially when Jay-Z get a hold of the book. Especially when Jay-Z get a hold of the book. Come on now.
Yes.
You know, he changed a few things over.
I'm going to say congrats to Jay-Z Mr. Carter. Congrats. This is another phenomenal move. And everyone thought, the way how LL Cool J went from rapping to acting to producing, how Will Smith went from rapping to being a lead man in Hollywood. Thought that
to getting
changed the
caught in an
game.
entanglement, and then
Okay, listen, we ain't gonna talk about all the extra dirt, but
whatever. I'm just bringing it to the surface. That's all.
For Jay-Z to not do one bit really of acting for the moves what this man has made. Oh, he rewriting it. I'm telling you, he rewriting it, that for sure. And
well,
like I said,
with the pen stroke, the only other guy with the clout. So if anybody could get it done, it would be Jay-Z.
Because I look at it, when the man is very selective of who he features or who he collabs with, and always been that way,
his eye for quality is very, very good.
And just like how they said, everything with this man pretty much touch goes to gold.
Turns to gold. No problem.
The only thing that I don't like, is no matter how big and successful this man is, it's always going to be someone like how what happened with Cam Newton. It's always going to be someone out there. Now, if you know the history,
kid that need to be put over somebody's knee and taught a lesson, it's going to be a bunch of those.
No, what I'm saying is this: if you've ever followed Jay-Z's career or even listened to one of his records, he's very open. Has been very open of how he got into the music industry. If you don't want to believe that, Hulu has something out now that tells how a lot of this stuff was back in the day. And who you need to know and heavy hitters. I'm not gonna say names because I feel like that's disrespectful. But listen, for people to still say only thing what he is a rich drug dealer that went legal.
Nah, it's a little bit more. That going legal part, it's a lot involved in that. Because he's still applying a hustler's mentality to more white collar stuff.
Because it's a lot of, even though this man pulled off yet again another blockbuster deal, they still gotta try to refer and break this man down to he's just a 2-bit drug dealer and hustler, didn't get caught.
Yeah.
And now he has millions.
Yeah.
Billions.
Hey man, he can pull the Cam. I'm still rich though.
But even with that, we've been saying now for weeks, even though you may have it up here, a lot of people ain't watching what's coming out of here. Right. You're not watching what's coming out your mouth.
Not in the least bit. Word minutes expired.
So once again, we implore you to think and honestly think, even if you're in a heated moment or whatever else, think what you say.
Stop, because breathe, compose yourself, and be objective.
Once it comes out or your actions show, it ain't no takebacks. It's out there. So please, especially young people,
treat it like the barrel of a firearm. You can't take that bullet back. So when you squeeze it needs to be in the service to, protect a life. It's not something you just do flagrantly. Same thing here. You know what I mean?
We encourage young people, start thinking more. before you speak.
No, we encourage young people to be respectful and be mindful. You ain't got to be silent, but be respectful and mindful. But at the end of the day, I don't care if you can be trash or not. That's still a grown man you're talking to. Forget his status, forget the money. That's still a grown man you're talking to. And the fact that that's how you talk to a grown man, to me, says that they didn't program that part into your think box. Simple as that.
That's true. Now,
simple as that.
We gonna say this. We got some good events coming up. Like how me and Black always say, we're moving on to bigger and better things, and some things coming up. So we encourage, and we're going to especially speak to our female audience. To our female audience, for any topics for upcoming shows that you feel that you want us to cover, beside either one of y'all getting murdered or sexual battered or something like that.
Yeah, we're trying to find the positive.
Please leave us a comment or hit us up so we can talk about some of these issues, because some things are coming that we are going to sit down and talk about, and we look forward to talking about them. But our main thing is we look forward to hearing from you to give feedback on it. Because like me and Black said,
come give us a hug.
Right, because me and Black are males. We can't tell a female story truthfully because we're not females, but you can. So we love to hear from you. Heck, we'd even love to have you on as a guest.
Yes.
We would love to have you on as a guest. To hear.
Don't get me wrong. We're going to go through a rigorous screening process and everything like that. But yeah, we all about crowd participation. Like, I want everybody to understand that we are about crowd participation. If the crowd is not engaged and not having fun, what are we doing this for? So you know what I mean? Like we've always said, good, bad, or indifferent, whatever the comments are, reach out to us. You know what I mean? We would love to hear from you guys.
We would. So. With that being said, please comment, hit us up on our Facebook page, hit us up on the TikTok, whatever it may be. We love to hear from y'all and sit down and have a chat. And hopefully, we bring you on the show. We'll have a lovely conversation.
Yes, we will.
With that being said, the clock's real reset. Me and Black still going to be here. Y'all have a blessed and safe evening out there. Good night, everybody. Peace.
Good night.